We are live back inside Staples Center, getting set for the puck drop between the Sharks and the Los Angeles Kings. Oct.30 gets the start in goal. He should be fresh. He has been off since Saturday night in Montreal. And there are his very impressive numbers so far this season. He has 9 of the Sharks' 10 wins. Jonathan Quick should be fresh too. He got last night off as backup Ben Scrivens was the starter in a loss at Phoenix. And we know how good Jonathan Quick is.
Yes.
As he won 4 out of 7 against Todd McClellan and the Sharks, including the decisive Game 7 right here in this building. For Daryl Sutter, oddly, it's his first full season as head coach of the Los Angeles Kings. By that I mean 82-game season. Last year, the shortened 48-game campaign, and before that, he was hired mid-year. It was the first time he had a training camp with them through.
And he's complaining about something already to the officials. I'm not sure what it is, but he's already on top of the officials.
Could it be that they had to play back-to-backs and the Sharks were rested?
I don't know if the referees have anything to do with that, but if Daryl can complain about it, he'll get on the refs.
We're set to drop the puck and underway here in LA. Randy Hahn and Drew Remenda, Brody Brazil and Brett Hennigan in the studio tonight, and we are looking forward to a good one. Logan Couture, the shot, they score on the first shift of the game. Marc-Edouard Vlasic, 13 seconds in. Wow.
Yeah, maybe that's what he was complaining about. Marc-Edouard Vlasic jumps into the hole beautifully, and Logan Couture on a great effort right up through the neutral zone. Little D-to-D action, bringing the puck up, strong side chip. Logan Couture out-battles his man along the boards, and then what does he do? Off one knee, gets up and finds Marc-Edouard Vlasic on a beautiful, beautiful play and finish. 13 seconds into the game. Wow, that'll get your game going.
Well, in Dallas earlier this season, Tyler Kennedy scored 9 seconds in, and that was a second off the franchise record. Vlasic gets a goal on the first shift here at the 13-second mark on a setup from Couture, and the Sharks on the board first.
San Jose goal, his third of the season, scored by number 44,
Marc-Edouard Vlasic continues his terrific play this season.
Now the Kings working into San Jose's zone as Matt Irwin finds James Shepard open. Brad Stewart, who spent part of his career here in LA, back in for Jonathan Quick to send it up the near side boards for Mike Richards. So exactly the start that the Sharks were hoping for. Get on the Kings early and get them playing from behind. Now Martin Havlat on the ice for the first time this season, playing on this line with Joe Pavelski and Tommy Wingels. Dustin Brown's turnaround shot, or make that Trevor Lewis's shot, went wide of the net, and Lewis steers it back now for Drew Doughty as the Kings were losers in Phoenix last night by a 3-1 final, despite generating 42 shots on goal. There's one that goes wide of the San Jose net, picked up by Richards, and a shot from in front by Lewis again. That's the second chance Lewis had on that shift, as Wingels will get it across the LA line and in. The official scoring play on the Shark goal, Vlasic's third from Couture and Braun at 13 seconds. So the Sharks' top team there helps to set up Logan Couture. Quick leaves this behind his net for Voinov, who turned and was popped by Mike Brown. Brown in on this fourth line tonight against a gritty LA team as Brown picks up the loose puck. Nice to scoop by Voinov. John McCarthy, he's tracked down by Dan Carcillo, but gets it back to Vlasic. On to Braun. Braun shakes off Jared Stoll, shoots, and Quick down, makes the save.
Smooth by Justin Braun, spreads out and gets some movement. Let's go back to the goal, 13 seconds into the game. Really well done off the face-off. But look at Marc-Edouard Vlasic just snap that puck as soon as it's on his stick. Thanks to the work by Logan Couture. A little bit of a lane opens up as Patrick Marleau went to the net. Vlasic read it perfectly and got everything he could on the shot. That's a tough shot, as you know, partner. Comes across your body, then you're trying to one-time it. That's hard to do. Logan with a great pass.
Well, I don't know if it means anything in a new season in the regular season, but when these teams played in the 7-game series last spring, the team that scored the first goal and the team on home ice won every game. Well, the Sharks are on the road, but they've scored the first goal here tonight.
You would think that's because both goaltenders are so good, that's not really a stat that you should be throwing out.
Here's a turnover. Williams back for Doughty. Ties the game. And just like that, the LA Kings make it 1-1.
Good forecheck by the Kings. Matt Irwin's got it, and it just doesn't connect on the pass. How quick does Drew Doughty get this shot off? Check how quick Doughty. Now Doughty reads the play. He's up high. Snap. That's a tough play for Niemi coming back trying to find the puck. It's just a breakout that should have connected and didn't. But Doughty's release, extraordinary there. And the game is tied up, and man, this is a pretty good start to a game, isn't it?
And good presence of mind by Justin Williams to recognize that the better opportunity was to play it back to an open defenseman rather than try to take it to the net himself.
And Justin Williams continues his tear against the San Jose Sharks. Last season he had 6 points in 4 games. He's got another point in the first one of the season here.
9 points for Williams on the year now, tied with Jeff Carter for second behind Anze Kopitar. There's a shot by Hurdle, and it just skipped wide.
That didn't miss by
Shepard
much.
gets it in for Thornton. Back for Tomas Hurdle from behind the LA net. Hurdle turns, tries to get a shot away, but he's knocked down to the ice. Back come the Kings, 3-on-2. Carter with Richards. The shot saved by Niemi. Demers trying to handle Richards at the side. Joe Thornton will flip it clear. What a wild start to this game here in LA. 2 goals in the first 2.5 minutes, including 13 seconds in, and some great end-to-end play with more chances. Now it's center. It's Fratton, who came over in the Jonathan Bernier trade from Toronto. Cleaned up by Justin Braun, and he'll use the glass to clear it back down.
There's going to be a lot of that tonight. Sometimes you just have to punt in this game. And the Sharks are going to have to a couple of nights or a couple times while the puck is in their zone because they've got a ferocious forecheck, the Los Angeles Kings.
Williams gets the only helper on the Doughty goal.
On the goal, the Sharks are okay in the forecheck, but they they just missed the pass, and that's Justin Williams. He's so calm with the puck. And look at how quick Drew Doughty gets that shot off. They get touched. Maybe not. Looks like sometimes you think he gets touched, but great shot by Drew Doughty. But the play, as you said, partner, Justin Williams, just a heads-up, smart play by a guy who's been in the situation before and won it all with Brett Hennigan in Carolina, Stanley Cup champion, and of course here now with Los Angeles Kings.
And there's been a change now on the Sharks goal. Take an assist away, the second assist from Braun, and give it to Tyler Kennedy. So it's Vlasic from Couture and Kennedy. 1-1 our score. We're live at Staples Center, and this crowd fired up. I think they were a little stunned, as all of us were, by the goal right off the get-go by Vlasic, but now the Doughties tie it. Everybody's settled in for what should be a great night. First 2 goals scored by defensemen. Vlasic's third and Doughty's fourth. Doughty had only 6 all of last season. Andrew Desjardins working against Dan Carcillo. Here's a shot by Brown, and that's knocked aside by Quick. Irwin trying to reach his man McCarthy behind the net. McCarthy in a tussle with Doughty, and now Brown, with help from McCarthy, takes it to the corner. Sends it back for McCarthy. He'll have to get after it in the corner, and now Irwin pinched, but the Sharks get numbers back to support as Carcillo goes around Stewart. Now he's picked up back there by Kennedy. Back to Kopitar, to this side. Willie Mitchell skates in, shoots, save, rebound, banned on.
Wow. D are very active. Willie Mitchell jumping up.
Matt Green slaps it back in for the Kings. Off Joe Thornton's skate. Dwight King can't advance it as it's cleared by Vlasic. This will be icing against San Jose.
Wow, this has been a hectic start. 5 minutes into the game, and we've got action, but a lot of the action in the San Jose zone, and 3-3 the shots on net. Todd McClellan talking today, he wants that emotion in this game. He wants to make sure that his guys remember last spring or near summer. He wants to make sure that they use that emotion to their advantage as we see the lines popping up for the San Jose Sharks.
Havlat on that line with Pavelski and Wiggles, and then Brown with McCarthy and Desjardins on that fourth line. Matt Nieto was a scratch after the warm-up in Ottawa on Sunday after suffering a An injury to his hand earlier on the road trip. Havlat back in. Todd McClellan talking today about Nieto. Now there's a bad LA bounce, and Marleau almost got to it as Williams plays it up for Kopitar, and now on to Mitchell. Willie Mitchell missed all of last season with an injury, and Matt Green, his defense partner, missed most of the year too. And that's a big difference in LA's look on the blue line, having those two veteran defensemen back.
Yeah, during the playoffs when the Kings were making their run to the cup, Willie Mitchell was one of the best players on the ice night after night after night. Oh, that could be a cross-check.
King putting Vlasic down. Puck underneath Vlasic, and we'll get a whistle. Now Vlasic's asking, where's the call for the shot in the back?
And a shot in the back on a cross-check puts me down on the ice. You would think that that would be the call.
Referees tonight are number 17, Frederic Lecoullier, and number 48, Steve Kazari.
That's a great name, eh? Lecoullier.
Cool name.
Yeah.
Hey?
Here's what Marc-Edouard Vlasic was upset about. There it is right there. Cross-check. There's no doubt that's a cross-check. Hands extended. Shaft of the stick hitting the man in the back. That's a cross-check.
Not tonight, not on that play. Kings win the draw through Doughty, beating it through a maze of players. Nobody able to tip it in black. Now Lewis wrapped up in the corner by Jason Demers. Joe Thornton looks behind the net. That route wasn't available. Now he'll play it that way to Hurdle. And Tomas Hurdle shakes off one checker. Gets it to Demers. And up ice for James Shepard. Can't clear the zone. Carter works it up for Lewis. Now Jeff Carter takes a shot from the bad angle wide. Doughty up at the point. Deep for Lewis. He's checked by Thornton. In comes Demers. He'll help it along its way to Hurdle, and up for Joe Thornton. Settles the bouncing puck. And Thornton will dump it in as San Jose goes for a line change here in the first period.
Too long to get the puck out of the zone. Coaches won't be happy about that. The Sharks did a great job shrinking the zone, getting control of the puck, but then they want that puck quickly out.
Here's Fraser, and that one's blocked by Irwin. From behind the net, Brad Stewart. And a penalty coming up to the Sharks as Voinov's shot deflects wide. And now as it's controlled by Irwin, we'll get the interference call against San Jose. Vlasic for the Sharks. Doughty for the Kings. 1-1 here in LA.
Sharks going on the penalty kill. Matt Irwin, there he is right there. Go ahead and roll, gang. Ties up his man, but then ties him up just a little bit too much. Down he goes in the crease, and Matt going to the penalty box. Sharks get on the penalty kill. LA's power play, 4 for 19 their last 5 games. Before that, 0 for 13.
Yeah, they went through a tough slump earlier in the season, but as you said, they picked it up. Sharks penalty kill excellent. Third in the NHL, 88%. Carter stands at center. Flanked by Williams on the left, Kopitar on the right. Doughty and Richards up at the points on the LA power play.
San Jose penalty to number 52, Matt Irwin.
Kopitar back from Carter, now Williams. And that'll be intercepted by Joe Pavelski.
Interference at 7.
They try those little pop-out plays too. You see how close Williams was to the blue line? He'll pop out too, and then he can make the puck move wherever he wants it to.
Carter, as they come in with speed, but then he puts on the brakes. Doughty, who has the Kings goal in this period. Richards to the net, and Niemi's got it. And it came back out.
A high moving tip as Andrei Kopitar's moving into the high slot as the defense were taking care of the front of the net. Really nice play by the Kings and a super save by Niemi.
They've got 4 shots in this period. LA had 17 shots in the first period last night in Phoenix. Mike Smith shut the door on them. They didn't score till late. Richards, Carter, and Kopitar back to Richards. Richards waits, gives it to Kopitar. Can't get past Brad Stewart. Now leaves it for Williams. That's broken up by Couture, but it doesn't come out.
Good read there.
Hannon will bat it out with his glove.
Good read by Couture and by Wingles. Start jumping on them when they lose the possession of the puck. Another good play by Wingles. Tracking Williams in the neutral zone.
Kings with fresh power play unit on. Stoll's out there with King and the captain Dustin Brown. Desjardins a good steal and clear.
That's, you know what, Randy, what that is right there, that's a good scout by the coaching staff. Desjardins just came back into the lane, knew exactly what was going to happen, was right in position, to pick up that puck.
Jake Muzzin wrists it in hard and high off the glass. Vlasic back there against King. Out to the point, now LA sets up.
No stick for Marc-Edouard Vlasic. It broke in the corner.
Brown, and the pass goes behind Muzzin. Now he'll get it away, again looking for a tip. Penalty's over. Irwin racing into position as Braun clears it up toward him, but this is going to go all the way down. Well, they're going to wave icing off and slowed up on the near side.
Okay, the Sharks got the change, and the broken stick is no longer an issue.
So a solid penalty kill for the Sharks on their first shorthanded situation. This will be an icing against LA.
Let's go to our Lexus keys of the game, and since we're close to Hollywood, got a little theme for you. Number one, grindhouse for the San Jose Sharks. The LA Kings are a big physical team that will grind you down. Fast and furious. You got to get into the forecheck. You got to create your offensive situations in the defense or in the offensive zone. And the producers, the big boys in the big games, got to be the guys that bring it shift after shift. My theme was
Hollywood, baby.
Hollywood movie titles, baby. That's what I'm on.
I missed Grindhouse. Who's in that?
Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino, that was, he and Rodriguez did that, you know, the two shows?
Very nice.
Yeah. Two movies with like a drive-in thing. Old time movie type making.
Here's James Shepard playing on this line with Joe Thornton again, and he produced a goal in Ottawa Sunday afternoon, playing with the captain. Thornton back behind the net, Shepard after it against Willie Mitchell. Pavelski trying to get in the way of a pass. Not Pavelski, Hurdle. Saw the 8, not the 4. And Hannon back for Tomas Hurdle. He'll wrist it in front. It was tipped by Thornton, who then got flipped up in the face. Referee right there. Thornton looks back. Ref doesn't make the call. And we'll have an offside against the Kings. 1-1, we'll be back. And stay.
Joe Thornton upset. Why? Because the referee sees the high stick, looking right at it. Willie Mitchell's stick comes up, catches Joe Thornton in the head. Referee's looking right at it. No call. Joe Thornton, between the break, had a little discussion with one of the referees. It wasn't the one that decided not to call it, simply ignored the call as Willie Mitchell looks on. That's what bothers me about refereeing, partner. I know I'm not supposed to complain about them, but when you see it and you just ignore the call, that's just simply wrong.
Off the draw, Jake Muzzin gets it back and wheels it to his right. 5 points last year, or this year already for Muzzin. Muzzin last year led all King defensemen in goals and in plus minus. LA reaching the conference final, of course, last year beating the Sharks in round 2 for the second straight year.
Can't be giving that puck away. Again, this is part of the grindhouse right here. This is what the LA Kings do very, very well. They rim that puck in and they go to work on the forecheck.
Dwight King, he has Kopitar. Now Williams, the trailer. Back to the point. Robin Regeer, shot saved by Niemi. Kings lost Rob Scuderi. He went back to Pittsburgh. So they're missing some ammunition on their blue line. But getting Green and Mitchell back helped to accommodate or make up for that absence. This one skips off of Martin Havlat's skate and back down into LA territory. Slava Voinov. Good back check by Pavelski. Here's Wingels. Pavelski scores! Joe Pavelski, and the Sharks take back the lead.
He was the guy that started that play with really good, as you said, back check and stick lift, partner. 5th goal of the season. Just find your way back. Here comes the stick lift. Nice play. What a pass by Tommy Wingels between the legs and just outweighting Jonathan Quick as Quick commits, goes down. Pavelski waits that 1 second. Bang. Top corner. Loves the pass from Tommy Wingels. And a big goal for the Sharks. Hopefully for the Sharks to settle the Kings down, because they were really coming after the Sharks.
5th of the year for Joe Pavelski.
The assistant number 57, Tommy Wingels. Time to goal.
Mitchell steers it Green's way. That's broken up. Havlat trying to thread a pass through skates, blocked by Green. Now Jared Stoll bangs it up the boards Dustin Brown on for Dan Carcillo. The return pass broken up by Braun. He'll bank it ahead for Wingles. 2-on-1 with Havlat. Wingles' shot is saved by Quick. Brown crosses center. He'll put it on net, and Antiniemi will freeze it. Well, Joe Pavelski with 350 career points ties Jeff Friesen all-time in franchise history.
Wow. Good for Joe Pavelski. Two real good guys right there at that 350 mark.
Pavelski now 9 points in his last 9 games. Scored a goal in Ottawa. Big goal. Well, I thought the biggest goal in that game was Shepard's goal to make it 4-2. We've got a scrap, and it's Mike Brown and Kyle Clifford. Oh. Clifford throwing the rights, but Brown took him down.
Brown with the lefts, and Brown showing incredible strength. That's an MMA takedown right there. You don't mind that. You see that in the UFC.
So they'll get 5 apiece here at 12-11.
Right from the face-offs, obviously that was discussed and talked about. Two very tough, honest hockey players. Brown going with the lefts. Oof, that's a big-time strength right there by Mike. And the rivalry has not diminished over the summer.
Oh, even though it's Mike Brown's first Sharks-Kings game.
He did play just a few minutes down south too against these guys, so.
I don't know what time of day you're driving your car, but it takes more than a few minutes. About an hour and a half to get to Orange County.
Not the way you drive.
Here's Joe Thornton. And out to Brad Stewart. Sharks up 2-1. Clifford and Brown in the box for 5 each for the fight. Shepard, he's checked by Voinov. Carter sends it around for Regier. Stewart pinching, but that'll drop for Carter again. And number 77 hands it off to Slava Voinov. 6 shots each. In a spirited first period in this first game of 5 this year. And if you want to circle another date on your calendar, circle November 27th. That's when the Kings will be at SAP Center. Stewart had it, lost it. Richards back to Doughty. Muzzin blocked by Scott Hannon. Hannon slaps it around. That'll go all the way past King, but they wave off icing. Muzzin, Sharks on a change. And a penalty coming up to Pavelski. He'll get the hook.
That's a nice up and out by the LA Kings. Big pass across the rink. And Williams had all kinds of speed, and the Sharks were caught on a bit of a bad change. Stick just coming up. You see the stick gets parallel on the hip. A little bit on the hands. That's okay.
13:21, time of the minor penalty of Pavelski, so he joins Mike Brown in the box.
And make some noise. It's a Kings.
And another crack at it for the Kings on the power play. Their second of the period. You could argue without much argument from us, the Sharks should have had a couple of power plays in this period, but it hasn't worked out that way.
Yeah, the Kings 18th in league discipline as far as penalty minutes per game. The Sharks are 5th. They're one of the more disciplined teams.
2 minutes for booking.
Funny how the game works out.
Kings managed 1 shot on goal that last power play.
At 13.
Doughty over to Richards. Ajay Kopitar and the one-timer by Williams, not a good one. And then it's broken up by the Sharks, steered clear by Thornton, and Joel wrist it right into the chest of Richards. That creates a tough line change. Sharks execute it. Carter, and his shot blocked by McCarthy. Williams bobbles the puck. Back to the point. Doughty quickly to Richards. That's blocked by McCarthy. At the front of the net, scooped forward but not out. Williams down low. The spinorama by Carter. Trying to fight his way to the loose puck against Stewart. Couture can't clear.
Slashing. It's going to be slashing on Williams. Shot the hands and the stick of Logan Couture.
First LA penalty.
Let's show you Patrick Marleau first doing some good penalty killing. Patrick Marleau, just hold on for a minute. As you see Justin Williams in the middle of the ice, Patrick Marleau is going to come back here and help out That's exactly what he has to do. They're going to hit the seam on the pass, looking for the one-timer. Patrick Marleau gets a stick in. That stops the one-timer opportunity. Does a nice job penalty killing. Good read by the Sharks. Marleau, and then after that, as the play went into the corner, a huge slash on the hands of Logan Couture by Justin Williams. Williams is complaining because no penalty ever taken by any hockey player is accepted, no matter who you are or what kind of call it was.
So they'll go 4-on-4 here for a bit. Sharks may end up with a power play. We'll see.
One day we're going to see a player come to the bench and look at the ref and go, good call. I did that. You're right.
You really think we'll see that?
No, I don't.
Kennedy ends up in the San Jose net, and it comes off its moorings, and the play is blown dead. And we'll step aside. Joe Pavelski with his 5th goal of the year. Sharks have the lead 2-1. Sharks on top here in the first period. Time for our nightly Coors Light Cold Hard Fact. Sunday in Ottawa. What a day, what a night for Sharks netminder Alex Stalock. He had appeared in an NHL game before but never started one. This was his time. And he was terrific, wasn't he?
He was absolutely brilliant, and it was great to see it. You mentioned something when we were talking to him after the game, and a lot of people don't know that Alex Stalock's career was almost over because of the serious injury. Look at the numbers.
999 days between NHL wins. Unbelievable. Wow. And the 5th Shark goalie to ever win his first NHL start. Congratulations, a young man who went through a lot, and good on the Sharks for sticking with him through it all, supporting him, getting him the right medical help and treatment for a severed nerve in the back of his leg. Like you said, it really could have ended his career.
Yeah, and we had Antti Niemi up there, and he looks up to Antti Niemi. He says that watching Antti being there, supporting him is one of the best learning experiences you can have because he's such a hard worker, Antti Niemi, and Alex just continues to do the same thing, emulate the boss. I'm calling it Antti the boss, is the boss of goaltending.
Yes, he is.
Although Wayne Thomas and Corey Schwaber, like I guess president, vice president of goaltending.
I think in Finland his nickname is Boss Man. In Finnish, though. Kennedy to the net, and Hurdle was there. Now Irwin back around, and Tyler Kennedy buzzing as Hurdle takes a shot from Muzzin, keeps his balance. Richards picks it up, though, and Irwin has to back in. Still 4-on-4 for another 15 seconds. Carter's pass broken up, and it comes out to center. One man back green. Logan Couture trying to find a teammate. Now some join the rush. Hurdle can't handle the pass, and back comes Carter, but the speedy Patrick Marleau is going to beat him to the puck.
Yeah, he's winning that race. Carter kind of knew it too.
Now the Sharks on the power play. Pavelski at the point to Couture and through off Mitchell and up into the screen. And the faceoff will stay in the LA zone. So a 40-second power play now for the Sharks.
Logan's sneaky like that, isn't he, those shots? He's looking like he might open up the blade and pass it across, look for a D to D, but then he kind of looks off and then snaps it towards net because Marleau was there and so was Joe Thornton.
He's had quite a good road run, Logan Couture. 2 goals in that game in Montreal. He had the shootout winner in Detroit on the road trip. Assisted on Tommy Wingle's shorthanded goal in Ottawa, and has a helper on Pavelski's go-ahead goal now. Sharks on a Cache Creek power play. Still here in the first period, 2-1 they lead. And LA's going to get a clear here, and Trevor Lewis is thinking maybe more, but he shoots it wide.
He only thought it for a second. Then he saw it was Justin Bronson. I can't get by that guy.
Braun and Vlasic both +2 in this first period. They are the NHL leaders right now, +13 each. Marleau for Thornton. 8 to go on this power play. Braun somehow got that pass through. Now Marleau from the angle, and that hit quickened the mask, and it's cleared down by Kopitar just as Williams comes out of the box, and now the race is on. Williams will get to it, centers it out front. That deflected off Braun. King trying to sneak one through, and Havlat will get it back for San Jose and play it to Braun. So some anxious moments in the Sharks' end right after the end of that San Jose power play. It stays 2-1. Havlat out with Desjardins. And McCarthy. This one will skip through center ice, back to Brad Stewart. Martin Havlat injured in game. Oh, there's a turnover at the line. Brown gives it to King. Back to the line, and Boynoff shot well off the net.
Johnny McCarthy won't be happy with himself there. He knows he gets out there, he's trusted by the coaching staff. He's got to make responsible plays. That wasn't one.
Out it comes. Boynoff loads up, and Niemi with the glove save, and he'll hold it.
Big action. The Kings scored on a giveaway and then get a chance on net with another one. Niemi, though, wants to get a hold of that puck. He might even go wide and just quash the play. Don't let the Kings get momentum and get that forecheck going. Smart goalie taking advantage of any situation he can to control the game.
Niemi 9-1-1 on the year. The goals against well under 2 at 1.53. LA's a good face-off team. Ranked 3rd in the league. Sharks are 10th, which is a little low for them, although it's early in the year. Just about a month in.
There's a good example right there, the hybrid icing. What the league is going for. The puck was shot down, 2 guys were about to race for it, but from the linesman's perspective, they saw that the Los Angeles Kings were ahead of the play. Blow it down, keep the players safe.
A lot of players, and especially defensemen, though, are still in a period of adjustment.
Yeah, it's going to take some time.
Especially on the close calls where that whistle doesn't blow until right at the top of the hash marks. There's a one-timer by Richards, blocked by Vlasic. Joe Thornton will settle it. Sends it in. Shepard was held up by Carter. Now he gets to the corner. Hits Green. Puck's rimmed around to Vlasic's side. And he'll send it right back behind the net for Thornton. Took it cleanly. And it was on the hop. It was moving and hopping.
You got that right. That is so tough to do. Look at the strength of Shepard. Good battling down the corner.
James Shepard almost emerging with the puck. Then Thornton got his skates crossed. With Shepard, the big men grind it out as Mitchell took an elbow from Shepard.
Yeah.
And I think that, no, it's going to be against LA.
Mitchell's getting it for holding.
Sharks get an extra man on. Here's Thornton trying to keep this puck moving, and it goes to Richards. And now we'll have the penalty call to Willie Mitchell. But Mitchell got, I think his argument is, hey, I got smacked in the lips from Shepard, but it will matter not as Willie Mitchell goes.
Number 33, LA,
Work in the corner. You'll see it happen right here. Coming in. Yep. Took an elbow, took him down with the takedown. Cost the Kings 2 minutes. The Sharks get their second power play of the evening thus far.
Interference to call to Willie Mitchell. And Todd McClellan having a conversation with
I
the
don't
referee.
think he was happy with the hit in the corner by Williams, the hit from behind in the corner. I think that's hit from behind. That's not what it was. It was the boarding more than anything in the corner.
18-18, time of the minor penalty. So Sharks on their officially second power play. First one was abbreviated. And again, LA with a face-off win. That allows Doughty to clear it down. Pavelski. Back for Demers. Now to Marlowe. Over to Thornton. To the net. Saved by Quick. Rebound popped all the way out to Jared Stoll. He's got Lewis. Demers is back, and Niemi will catch the shot, and he's forced to hold it. So good work by LA.
Good work by LA. I like the attack also by San Jose. I like the entry in the zone was quick. I thought the attack towards the net was quick. And the puck comes out to Pavelski, but without the exception of a terrific stick lift by Jared Stoll. Just go ahead and roll this, guys. Watch the timing. Look at the support. Up. You've got 2 guys in the puck. A little kick back. Go to the outside. Great puck movement. Cross down towards the net with people there. There's nothing wrong with that entry into the zone or that chance on net.
Braun. And now Matt Irwin slows down behind the San Jose net. Less than a minute to go in the period. Should the Sharks fail to score here in this period, they would carry time into the second on this power play. Braun Wingles to Hurdle. Man on him right away. Braun trying to keep it alive. Now Wingles darts in, gets it away from Muzzin. Now Muzzin angles across, gets it up to Kopitar. He lost it. But it's a real battle here.
Yeah, and that's certainly what you expect when a Kings-Sharks game.
Puck underneath Wingles. And it comes out.
Braun in there battling.
Wingles taps it back to Irwin. Doesn't have a shot, hands it back to Wingles.
Needs help.
Down low, Hurdle brings it around. Braun shoots, saved by Jonathan Quick.
Wow, that's nice effort. I mean, the battle was there, the effort was there, the competition for a loose puck was there. Braun was in deep the whole time because he knew he wanted to keep the play alive with just a few seconds remaining in the period. Not a chance on net really, because this shot just goes to the net, but still a terrific effort by the Sharks to get that puck and get it to the net.
6 seconds to go. Pretty much need a face-off win here to get organized and get a scoring chance, you would think.
That'd be pretty clean.
And Pavelski able to win that draw, but then second effort by Trevor Lewis clears it to center, and that's going to do it for the period. So the Sharks will have 18 seconds of power play time to start the second period. The first period saw the Sharks score first and score last. At the end of 20 minutes here at Staples Center, it's the Sharks 2 and the Kings 1. Stick around. We'll check in with Brody Brazil and Brett Hennigan in our Sportsnet Central studios. And then Drew will be back to talk to the Sharks' Martin Havlat. 2-1 as we get set to start the second period. Players making their way out onto the ice. Time for our Geico quote of the game. And we go to that quote machine. John McClellan, who said today about this game, we'll either be batting 1,000 or 0 when we get home from this road trip. And he was referencing the fact that the team doesn't look at this as the end of a 5-game road trip, because everybody went home after Ottawa for a couple of days, and they're trying to frame this as a one-game road trip and kind of clear everyone's mind from what happened, good and bad, out on the trip, although not much bad happened.
No, absolutely right. And what the coaching staff always tries to do is put these guys in the right frame of mind, time in and time out. Daryl Sutter kind of went to the Daryl Sutter playbook after last night's game. His team did not beat the Phoenix Coyotes. They weren't particularly sharp in the game. So Daryl Sutter went after his top line. I shouldn't say, he called them out. A little bit of a shot and kind of called out the goalie a little bit, or at least challenged the goalie. And he wants to get his guys ticked off in a game where playing ticked off is going to help you.
One other thing that stood out on the stats, and I don't think I've seen it this year. The LA Kings had no blocked shots in that first period. I can't remember a period when either side has had 0, but that's what it says on the piece of paper given me.
Well, listen, I would believe that piece of paper.
I'm going to. Sharks are on a power play, a brief one here to start the second period. It's the carryover of Willie Mitchell's interference penalty. Patrick Marleau trying to get it in for a setup, but it comes back out again, and that is going to allow Mitchell to come back out onto the ice. So the Sharks 0 for 2 tonight with the man advantage. Back to 5-on-5. Jonathan Quick slowing it down. Kennedy doing some good work there against big Robin Regeer in the corner. Now Regeer back up, and he puts Couture down, but Kennedy in to recover the puck. Scoots away from Regeer, brings it up high, down for Couture. He'll sweep it on the backhand for Marleau. Marleau working against Doughty. To the front of the net, he had Kennedy and Couture there, but kind of a tweener pass. Both were trying to maneuver for position in front. Backed up for Joe Thornton now. He'll kick it to his blade, but Mitchell came in from behind, knocked it away. Sharks will be back home Saturday night, 7:30 face-off to play the Phoenix Coyotes, second meeting of the year. Sharks took them down 4-1 at SAP early in the year. That was the night Hurdle got his first 2 goals. Tip just wide, and Tomas Hurdle will lift it clear of the zone. Matt Green sends it right back in again for LA. Now Hurdle out to center. Thornton. He'll slow up. Hurdle's got to get on side. And he just did in time.
I'm not sure what he was waiting for. He got a little slow reaction there, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Green and turned over. Wingles. Now Havlat, and that's blocked by Mitchell. Down goes Pavelski. Havlat in on Willie Mitchell. Puck comes out to Carcillo. Matt Irwin turns at center and sends it over to Demers. Wingles stood up by Green at the line. Now Wingles on the near boards. Havlat a one-timer, and it's blocked by Mitchell and comes all the way down to Antti Niemi. 2-1. We're early second period here at Staples Center in LA. While we'll call it a one-game road trip, it does end 5 straight road games for the Sharks as Mike Brown is forced out offside.
Let's go back to the Sharks' chance again. Joe Pavelski, Tommy Wingles keying in on the defense of the LA Kings. Go ahead, just roll this guys right in front of the net. Dangerous play by Matt Green, especially when Joe Pavelski's behind you. And Pavelski's all by himself. As Wingles tries to get that puck to him. And Marty Havlat jumps in on it. There's the loose puck. Did not get through, though. Interesting, I think, with putting Havlat with Pavelski and Wingles. And I think Marty is very comfortable playing with guys like that. Those guys can do that very well.
McCarthy on a steal, and Quick with the save as McCarthy went hard back to the net for a rebound, but there wasn't one.
I like that, again, by the Sharks. This is the Sharks now fourth line, for lack of a better term. Terrific work along the boards, and Mike Brown gets in there, forces the bad play by the LA Kings, and there's McCarthy with the backhand. So 3 guys going to work. Forecheck being key. That was our Lexus key of the game. Fast and furious. We're talking about the forecheck there. Nice job on a chance because of the forecheck.
Actually, I talked to the guys on this line. They would prefer if it was referred to as one of the 4 lines.
Okay, excellent. That's what we'll do. That's what we'll do. You're one of the 4 line centers.
Dustin Brown across center for LA.
That is so politically correct. I love it.
Voinov picks a spot in the corner. Brad Stewart back. Carcillo drills Stewart into the boards hard. That's what Carcillo does.
He does.
Voinov, quick shot, score. That was deflected, and the Kings tie it up.
Fast and furious forecheck. This, though, coming from the LA Kings. Puck's along the boards. Puck going back out. Good work by the LA Kings. Going to go back and cross. Shot. Oh, that's a really nice chip. Jared Stoll, get that? Jared Stoll might have.
Voinov took the shot. I said it was Carcillo. It was Clifford.
Clifford with the hit.
hit.
Well, that's what he does, too. But I think Jared Stoll was the guy cruising in the top of the slot.
I think you're right.
Who deflected that. It will be his second goal in as many games. He got one last night, the only one last night for the Kings against the Coyotes.
So a back and forth game, tied back up 2-2. We're waiting on the official call. Now Kennedy to Marleau. Patrick Marleau and through to Quick. Couture just arriving a little late.
Slava Voinov had a really good shot right down on the ice.
They're giving it to Stoll. You're right.
Right down on the ice. There's no doubt here when you see it. Head up, shooting away from the net. Just a little bit wide. Boom, there's the deflection. Moves past Antti Niemi. Really nice deflection. It's 2-2. The forecheck goes to work. Jared gets his second of the season.
He got his first last night in Phoenix. So it was a while coming for him. Voinov and Brown the assists on the second of the season by Jared Stoll at 3:15. 2-2 the score. It's gone back and forth. And you're right, that hit started everything.
Yeah.
Now, Kopitar chased back out by Kennedy. Doughty goes to center ice with it. Braun, good read, in for Kennedy. Kennedy fires, and it's saved by Quick. Just got his right pad on it.
Right idea, though. You got 2 guys going to the net. Shoot the puck. Sharks are a faster team where they're shooting a lot because they get to recover pucks and go back to the net.
Right now, they're out shooting LA 10-9. Been a pretty evenly played game up to this point. Muzzin. Be careful back there with Joe Thornton in the neighborhood, and he gave it away. Shepard back into the zone. Takes a shot, blocked by Muzzin. Thornton looked back at the point, no one there as Demers had jumped in deep. Now Tomas Hertl comes off the boards with it, trying to get a shot away, carried it into the slot, lost the handle. King will ram it back down into San Jose territory.
I like though Tomas Hertl checking all the way back out.
Given up behind the net, and Niemi got a piece of that. Wingle steers it in. Dustin Brown, the captain, got a second assist on that goal by Stoll. Mitchell up for Brown. This is Carcillo, and Niemi just bought that off.
Maybe threw a little bit of a changeup at him there.
Havlat back the other way, trying to get by Matt Green. Ingles, there's a body check at Fraser. Kept in by Pavelski. Colin Fraser back in front of his net to Mitchell. Scott Hannon with it, and he'll send it in. McCarthy rubbed out by Green. Battles away, gets the puck again. Looking for a seam pass through to Braun. A lot of traffic. Clifford, self-pass off the boards, but Braun with good foot speed gets to it.
Did he ever play that well, too?
Hannon a blind toss up the boards, and the Kings get it back.
Sharks had time. They got to be talking to Scott Hannon there. Let him know.
Regier, and that one hit one of the Kings. Came off Fraser's backside as McCarthy tries to dangle around a King. That was Regier who's hit.
They're one of the top hitting teams in the league. Second going into this game. The Sharks last in the National Hockey League in hits. Why? Because the Sharks always have the puck. That's why.
It hasn't been that way tonight in this game.
Yeah, it's been a very different game. A much more physical game. Exactly what the Sharks coaches told their players today.
Carter, and that's a shot deflecting off Demers' stick and out of play. Jarrett Stoll with a nice tip, tied at 2. Well, Shark fans, if you missed the latest Shark Bite or just want to watch it again, we have got you covered. Log on to csncalifornia.com. We strap on the camera, take you in the crease with Sharks goaltender Alex Stalock. Shark Bite, starring Drew Remenda.
That's right, baby.
csncalifornia.com, your authentic home for Bay Area sports and Drew Remenda.
The only channel foolish enough to put me on TV. There's the great Alex Stalock. It really is a neat piece, though, when Alex straps on the GoPro. The pro with the GoPro.
2-2 game here in Los Angeles. Glad you're with us here on Comcast Sportsnet California. Game 13 of the year for the Sharks. They have already won 5 games on the road. And they're also winners of 5 at home. In fact, all 5 home games. Back home Saturday night. Justin Braun all the way behind the LA goal line. Jeff Carter shoves him to the ice. Trevor Lewis boots it, and Vlasic will back away from pressure. Gave it up at the line to Carter, but he brings it in offside.
So Justin Braun's going to roll in. Just go ahead, guys. Just let it roll this in. As Justin Braun goes, just go ahead. Braun's going in, okay? Now watch Logan Couture. Phrase it right there. Logan Couture, he is going to make sure that he supports for Justin Braun. It's a small thing, but that's what forwards do. Go ahead, okay? That's all you have to do is that you see your defenseman in there. So Logan Couture, he's attentive so that there's no outman situation defensively. The forward has to take the defenseman's position.
Matt Irwin up for Tomas Hertl. Stick in the neutral zone, and Stoll tried to clear it. At least it seemed like he did, and almost went onto the LA bench in helicopter fashion.
Stoll and a stick involved from the bench.
There's a pass by Shepard, hits Stoll. Niemi comes all the way out, almost to the blue line. And he was able to make the play. Mitchell intercepted by Wingles, and he'll punch it back into the LA zone.
You're not getting my reference there? Or Stoll and a stick from the bench?
I forgot.
Ryan Clough?
Yes.
Okay.
I get reminded of that every time we come in here by some fan.
They won the cup and they still haven't let that little thing go.
Can't let that go.
Oh, Mitchell fell.
Brown for Dwight King. Turns on Stewart.
Nice play with the stick by Brad Stewart. Boy, there's a good lesson for kids playing defense.
Now Anze Kopitar. Voinov can't hold it in. Kopitar came into the game the Kings' leading scorer with 11 points, but only 1 goal. That's kicked by Regier up to King. Stewart slaps it in hard, but it goes for an offside.
Antti coming out with a good clear, and there's Brad Stewart, and there's a veteran defenseman playing against King as the play goes around. It's very important that when you're playing hockey, you're a young guy out there, a young girl out there playing hockey, playing good defense, use that stick to your advantage. In your zone, you want to get one hand on the stick on puck all the time. Don't get that 2 hands on your stick and get it up on your opponent. Get your stick on the ice and get the stick on the puck.
Of course, we track scoring chances. Here's a weird one for you. There have been 14 scoring chances in this game so far, and they go to 14 different skaters. There's one that went through wide. McCarthy able to get it out over the line. He gets hammered right away by Fraser. This is about the heaviest physical game the Sharks have been in this year.
Yeah.
And it's what we expected. It's what LA does, right?
Absolutely.
Desjardins upended on his way to the puck. McCarthy lays it along the boards back for him. Gets it through. Quick dropped it after the save, but Voinov there.
Good idea by Andrew Desjardins with McCarthy and Brown in front.
Now drops to McCarthy just across center ice. 2-2 in the second. Sharks out shooting LA 11-9. Doesn't look like anybody's in for a 40-shot night tonight.
No.
As Couture was upended.
40 hit night though.
Now Kennedy gets it back. Marleau to the net and quick down to make the save.
So it's going to be, as you said, a big, heavy physical game. Look at the physical aspect in front. Look at Mike Brown working against Robin Regier. Of course, Sharks know Robin Regier from the Calgary Flames days of Brown and Regier battling with each other after the shot by Andrew Desjardins towards Jonathan Quick. Nice, smart idea by Andrew.
First goal of the year for Desjardins in the Sharks' last game in Ottawa Sunday. He had about 60 friends and family in the crowd for that one.
That's great. I like the way that Andrew's been playing, and he's accepting that role that he plays, and he does it very well.
I said after you scored, you should have pointed up to the family. He said, I didn't have to. They were right behind the net that I scored in. They were all banging on the glass.
That's awesome.
Stoll now for the Kings. And that'll go off Irwin out of play.
Jared Stoll, as you mentioned, premier face-off guy. Go back and you have to think that goal that Jared scored in the Stanley Cup run against the Vancouver Canucks in overtime to oust the Canucks had to be one of the biggest in his career. Of course, he went to the Stanley Cup Finals before with the Edmonton Oilers, losing to Brett Hedican's Carolina Hurricanes.
That was the year the Oilers knocked the Sharks out.
Right. Never liked Jared Stoll since then.
No. Hard individual to ever like that for something like that.
He is a terrific person. We're going to talk to him. We're scheduled to talk to him at the end of the second period.
We say scheduled because often these players, once they find out who they'll be interviewed by, change their minds.
That's why we try to keep it a secret. We just say Sharks TV. Save the disappointment for later.
Pavelski trying to come off the boards. Heavy lifting there. Demers slaps it over to Havlat. It hits him. Kopitar to Williams, and Niemi the save. In transition, Wingles with the dump into this side. After it is Demers. Mitchell for King. Demers keeps it in at the line. Gets it down near Havlat. He couldn't get hold of it. As Mitchell hands it back off to Drew Doughty, who has one of the 2 LA goals tonight, the other belonging to Jared Stoll. Vlasic and Pavelski have scored for the Sharks. Thornton trying to relay that back. Hannon's got him.
I think he wanted to go to Stewart, but it hit Shepard.
Now Shepard wants Thornton, and that's intercepted by Green. Niemi for Brad Stewart. Off the high glass. Hurdle trying to find it. Now Shepard does. Up for Tomas Hurdle. Oh, he's got a little skating room, and he's got 2 men up ice. Shepard with Thornton. Joe hangs onto it to try and get the rest to spread out a bit. Hurdle down low at the goal line, throws it at the net, and shovels it aside. Desjardins jumps on. Gets to it in the corner against Richards. Now it sits out front. Tapped back but not out. Braun across for Vlasic. Blocked by Carter. And Marc-Edouard Vlasic will try and get this flat. Lakers.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah. Lakers and Clippers played here last night. So they had the overnight turnaround from basketball to hockey. Wrist shot from Brown. And another one comes back at the LA net. Quick handle both of those. Fratton dancing through traffic. He got to the net but lost the puck. A shot from the far side. Deflecting wide as Doughty unloaded. Now Fraser. This will bounce to the near board. That Fratton back out after it, but Irwin poked it away. Clifford to Fratton. Doughty loads up. Double deflection. Drops in front for Clifford. And Niemi with the glove save.
Wow. Wow. Oh.
Little activity in front of the net. Down goes Desjardins. Fratton's there. And they'll settle everybody down.
That was a glove save.
Great save by Niemi. Keeps it 2-2. Joe Pavelski getting a big goal there for the Sharks in what turned out to be a 5-2 victory. And what was unique about that goal? I'll tell you what, Drew. It was an all-American goal.
Really?
Scored by an American,
Tell me more.
assisted on by Americans, and that's happened 4 times this year with the Sharks. Nieto from Wingels and Pavelski, then Braun from Nieto and Wingels, Nieto from Pavelski and Wingels, and then, if you wish, Wisconsin from Minnesota and Illinois.
And then today,
it was Pavelski from Wingels. Then Wisconsin from Illinois again.
USA. What a save by Antti Niemi. This is Canada from Finland, or Finland from Canada. What a save by Antti Niemi in the glove save. Really the first huge tough save that Niemi's had to make. He does it with style, extraordinary style, just like you.
Yeah. Stoll with another face-off win back for Drew Doughty. And that'll go wide and high into the corner glass. Muzzin. Doughty lets it go back to the point for Brown. No question the Kings have elevated their game here tonight, especially after playing last night in Phoenix. And they didn't start that game very well in Phoenix last night.
No.
In fact, Ben Scrivens made 16 saves in that first period, 17 rather, really keeping the Kings in that, but they never were able to quite take advantage because Mike Smith was so good.
They took that penalty too. Cost them. Also, not getting pucks out that Gerald Sutter was talking about. And they've been very effective at that today.
And we will likely see Mike Smith, and we know we'll see the Coyotes for sure Saturday. Chances are he'll be in the net. Penalty coming up here to the Sharks.
I think there's going to be too many men on the ice. Listen for the call. Gerald Sutter. Well, we sort that out, figure out what it is. Let's go to the face-off. This is why Jared Stoll's so good. Look at it. Wide base, first of all. Wide base, he gets in his legs. He gets down real low, and he comes underneath. He's a very, very good student of opposing centers. And he gets underneath with a little heel move. But he gets so low that his base is so strong, it's very hard to out-muscle him on that face-off.
James Shepard in the penalty box to serve the minor penalty for too many men on the ice. Third power play for LA. All 4 goals have been scored at even strength. Williams and Pavelski with the interception.
You notice just before that interception how Drew Doughty was jumping down the back door, looking for that play. It's going to go high-low and come right across the front of the crease for Doughty.
Richards, and he rides it off Pavelski's skate. Then Joe drops his stick, but he'll go to the bench. And Pavelski takes a rest as Wingels takes his spot.
Boy, that's a nice job by the Sharks so far. First off, Pavelski, then Couture pressuring up before the Kings even get past the blue line.
Doughty presents it to Kopitar. Carter almost popped a groin trying to stay on side. Niemi slows it down, but Williams able to steer it to the point. Richard. Back for Williams. Down low for Carter. Through the crease. He had Kopitar there, but Hannon had his stick, Kopitar.
Carter he's a big guy with a very big range. So when he makes that little sweeping pass, you think you've got it, but you don't because he's so tall.
Brown now. And that hits Kopitar. He recovers. Andre Kopitar. Carter's in front of the net. Here's Brown with the puck again. That similar play. And another clear for the Sharks, this time courtesy Scott Hannon. Down to 37 on the power play for LA.
Great stick there by Tommy Wingels.
Slava Voinov took the shot, but Stoll tipped in to make the score 2-2. Another Sharks clear. Jonathan Quick, who, boy, he had some kind of goal go off him earlier this year, huh?
He needed to lighten up about that whole situation, though.
And it's cleared down by Stewart.
I know it's easy for me to say, but you know what? You just gotta laugh sometimes.
Voinov. Shepard trying to get it off him. King comes across, penalty's over.
It's a great kill. That's a really good penalty kill.
Here comes Trevor Lewis for LA. Pratt battling there with Irwin. Hurdle punches it out over the line. Now he'll chase Clifford. Kyle Clifford able to get it across for Willie Mitchell. Under 4 minutes left here in the second period. All the goals but one scored in the first. That one came through the crease, and now the net behind Niemi comes off its moorings. Sharks with a good penalty kill. It's still tied up. Well, we haven't looked at the Western Conference standings. These are the top 8, but remember, this is not how the playoffs are determined anymore, but if they were, this is how it would stack up. LA 8th in the conference, but the way it's gone now, top 3 in each division make the playoffs, and then 2 wild cards out of the rest in the conference. But there's your top 8.
Hey, Vancouver, after a tough start, Vancouver is starting to play some hockey that John Tortorella, their new head coach, obviously appreciates. 9-4-1 now.
We'll see Vancouver on this upcoming homestand a week from tonight. Tomorrow night, sorry. Thursday the 7th. Canucks will be in again. Another face-off win for the Kings. That has been a reoccurring theme here in this game so far. They've done a very good job starting with the puck. Although at the very start of the game, the Sharks won a face-off and scored 13 seconds in on the goal by Vlasic. Havlat and Pavelski battle with Clifford and Kopitar. And it finally comes out to Brad Stewart. Off the boards for Wingels. Pavelski picks up the loose puck behind the net. Tried to get a pass through for Havlat, who was out front, but he missed with it. Williams wheels it back to center. Now Voinov intercepts. Williams to the front of the net, and then Niemi is crashed into by Kyle Clifford, and he'll get a penalty for that. Sharks on a delayed penalty. Slap shot by Demers, and he fell as he ripped it toward the net, and now the whistle, and Kyle Clifford will go.
And he will argue on his way to the penalty box.
Number 13, there's the front.
So Kyle Clifford going to the net. Oh, he's got an argument in my books. I think he's just coming in. He gets a little bit of a shot, but I don't think he tries to stop. And I agree. You guys, you just got to put a camera on Darryl the whole time. I just love watching Darryl on the bench because his expressions do not mask his emotions. But so I would agree with Clifford on that one.
Interference penalty to Clifford at 17:22. Thornton sets the faceoff into the corner. Kings try and clear. Don't. Marlowe wraparound try denied by Quick. Now Thornton back on it. Joe in for Marlowe. Fumbled it a bit. Now Pavelski. Far side. Thornton backhand in front. And Couture tipped it wide.
Good puck movement. Rapid puck movement by the Sharks.
Thornton up top for Demers. Jason back for Pavelski and on to Marleau. Marleau down the wing. Fires one into Green. Steered by Pavelski, not hard enough. Brown's able to get to it, but he doesn't clear. Thornton for Demers. And they score! A quick shot from Logan Couture. Quick, thought he had it, but it bounced in. A power play goal.
Logan Couture has a dynamite chance on the first one. Good pass, just goes wide as Green tries to get in. And then he comes back through the slot. He is looking for that puck and doesn't waste any time. Terrific puck movement. That started from the drop of the puck. The Sharks were rapidly moving the puck around. And then Logan Couture finishes it off with his 7th goal of the season. Willie Mitchell couldn't clear. Boom, the Sharks came right back and put it behind quick.
18:04 late here in the second period in a game that has gone back and forth. And the Sharks lead for the 3rd time. And we're going to have a redo on the faceoff, or will there be a penalty off the faceoff?
I thought this was only in the, now, again, this is only in the defensive zone. Here it is, the goal from one more time. Quick got a little piece of it, but boy, nice play by the Sharks. Puck movement, changing of attack, changing the angles. Going to the left, the right, high, low, across, and then finally in the net.
Second point of this game for Couture. A goal to go along with his early assist. And, well, in the 5 games on this trip, he has been a huge contributor. We talked about it already. Shootout in Detroit, and the great game in Montreal with both goals. Here's a shot that goes wide of the Kings net. Hannon chased down by Carter. Doughty back for King. Under a minute and a half to go in the second period. Somebody broke a stick back there. It was King. And the puck back out to center, controlled by Mike Richards. The scoring play, Couture's 7th from Marleau and Demers on the power play. Here's Desjardins. And that one got through. Quick's glove and hit the post. Andrew Desjardins almost with his 2nd goal in as many games.
Last minute of play in the second period, fans. This is the McFlurry.
Braun for McCarthy. Sharks with some momentum here after that power play goal. This will be icing, though.
Yeah. Good chance for Andrew Desjardins. Is never bad to put it on net. Gets a lot on it, kind of flipping and turning. Just goes wide as it goes through quick. Andrew Desjardins and his line have been very good. Forwards 10, 11, and 12 have been excellent so far, Randy. That's what I'm going to call them from now on.
All right.
Okay.
A minute to go here in this first period. Sharks break through with the power play goal to take the lead. Now they'll endeavor to carry it into the intermission. McCarthy against Williams. And it comes out to center. Boynoff will fire it right back in wide of the San Jose net. Braun back. Kopitar right on him. Pavelski can't pick it up off the boards. Mitchell will slap it right back in from center. Niemi active sets that up for Justin Braun. Brown forces Braun to make a decision. Brown with the steal. Kings go to the net. Dustin Brown has it poked away by Vlasic. Puck goes out of play with 3.2 to go.
That's why you have a defensive partner. Really nice play by Dustin Brown. Surprises Justin Braun. A rare mistake in his own zone by Braun. Brown causes the turnover. Wants to use the net, but Dustin Brown's a little bit quicker, a little bit stronger in that situation. But what a nice time to play. A risky one by Marc-Edouard Vlasic, but he bails out his partner. Dustin Brown doesn't get the opportunity at the net.
Now a big face-off here late in the period. Stoll's in there for Daryl Sutter against Pavelski. And Pavelski ties him up, but they're going to do it over. And time clicked down, so they'll put it back up.
Yeah, they'll just hold for a second. For 2 seconds. 1 second. That's all they do here. Instead of resetting.
Yeah, they're actually going to reset it.
Reset it. So that's 2 seconds. Boy, they put a lot back on the clock.
it goes back into the corner. Brad Stewart there. And that'll be it for 40 minutes here as the Sharks get one on the power play late from that man, Logan Couture. His 7th goal in just the Sharks' 13th game at the end of 2. It's the Sharks 3, LA 2. We'll check in with Brody and Hetty in our studios, and then Drew will be back to talk to one of the Los Angeles Kings. Logan Couture, whose goal has the Sharks in the lead as we start the 3rd period. In the first of 5 meetings this year between these Pacific Division rivals. Well, the way the season is starting out, with the Sharks, Kings, and Ducks all faring very well early on. Could see all the California teams in the playoffs. Top 3 from each division make it in the Western Conference, and then 2 more out of the best that are left. But getting ahead of ourselves. Long way to go. Sharks do have a chance to have a 23-point October, and that would be remarkable. Vlasic up for Patrick Marleau. He has to toss it back to Vlasic. Couture comes in, and he'll finally just flip it out of there. 45 seconds gone here in this 3rd period. Mitchell can't handle it.
Let's look for that domino effect that Larry Robinson talked about. That quick puck movement out of the zone, the tic-tac-toe plays.
Here's Hurdle, and he shot it wide. Tried to get it to Thornton in the corner. At Green there. Thornton hits Green. It's a huge collision between 2 large humans.
Very big men.
Quick scampers out, sets this up. Flipped around by Voynov. Booted back there. Now Pavelski jumps on it. Nowhere to go, and he lost the puck courtesy of Dustin Brown.
Waiting for some help.
Brown, and a hip check thrown by Demers. Down goes Brown. A little give back by the Sharks on the physical end. Havlat, a nice wheel around pass. Wingles, and too far for Pavelski.
What a pass. What a pass in the zone by Martin Havlat. What's that skill level that he has? Oh!
Carcillo, up high goes Demers. Puck out of play.
Yep. No call. The Demers check. Oh, sorry, this is the entry into the zone. Just out of the way of Joe Pavelski. It's a nice little drive to the net. Here comes the Demers hit. Dustin Brown comes in, slides across. Really well timed, well played. It's a tough one if the guy cuts back on you, but really well played. Daniel Carcillo took a high check from Jason Demers, not called there.
Dustin Brown's given a few of those in his career.
Yeah, no kidding.
One of the top hitters in the NHL typically year to year.
8th in the season, 8th in the league last year in hits, as a matter of fact.
That can be such a subjective stat sometimes, though.
I agree. I think, that there's a lot of stats I look at and go, oh, they really vary from building to building and team to team. And there's no clear-cut criteria for what we say is a hit and what isn't a hit.
Technically there is. There's
wordage
that's given to the minor officials, but the interpretation is where I think sometimes it gets lost. Carter backhands it through, and Richards just missed.
There's a skill play.
Carter again, and that hit the man in front, Lewis. And the Sharks will come out now as Couture skates to center with Brown. 3-2, San Jose leading here in the 3rd period. Pass intended for Couture. Ended up on Williams' stick. Now Kennedy trying to relay it back onto Logan. Kennedy's got it back to Braun. To Vlasic. Off the boards. In front, and Marleau has it stuffed right back at him.
Wow. That's good work by Logan Couture with his stick right by the net of the LA Kings.
Great scoring chance there for the Sharks as Thornton chased by Dwight King. Vlasic will reverse it behind the net to Braun. Real strong forecheck by LA as Hurdle tips it. No icing here. Bounces through to Kyle Clifford. Now up at center. Thornton trying to slow Doughty down. Thornton and Hurdle collide. And the puck back in front of the net. Scott Hammond. Sharks change on the fly. Thornton, end of his shift, flips it into the LA zone. Redier, pressured by Stewart, got it away. Fraser for Clifford, on through to Bratton, and back over to Stewart on this side. Quick. Wingles parked on the wall. Back through for Martin Havlat. He'll punch it back up the board for Wingles. Wingles around for Pavelski. Hard pass. Irwin jumps in. Back for Tommy Wingles. Left the puck behind. Voinov gets there, but the Sharks have it again. Pavelski pulls the trigger, and then Wingles colliding with Quick at the goal mouth, and that'll be a penalty to San Jose.
Yeah. Wingles tried to take the shortcut, tried to go between Quick and the net, and Quick actually hip checks Tommy Wingles. But they made one interference call. This time was on Clifford. Tommy Wingles here. So Tommy Wingles trying to go through. There's the check by Quick. Quick lays on Wingles and gets the call. Well, I didn't think it was a very good call on Kyle Clifford, and I don't think that's a very good call either.
Puts LA on the power play for the 4th time, as Wingles will sit for the interference.
Fans, make some noise. It's a James Disc Sports.
Well, actually, that's a better call.
I don't know what Quick was doing there at the end.
Well, I do. He was just laying on him. Tommy Wingles tried to take the shortcut. And the shortcut, he got cut off. No, actually, that's a better call than I thought it was originally. From the overhead, certainly.
The Sharks in need of another penalty kill here to maintain their lead here in the 3rd period, up 3-2. Daryl Sutter having a word with one of the refs.
Daryl Sutter trying to do what Daryl Sutter does, get the edge for his team. As a head coach.
Off the draw, the Kings control. Richards to the middle. Williams off to the side, and the hard slap shot there. Kopitar went over the net. Carter slides it through to Williams. Richards chasing it down. Back behind the net and around for Anze Kopitar. Kopitar. Williams. From the angle, and Niemi got it with the pad. Richards picked off by Pavelski, and he didn't get it out.
Amazing.
Oh my!
Amazing.
Williams, and he missed the net.
You got to give credit to Richards there. That's just a good play with terrific eye-hand coordination.
Williams has to chase back. Sharks will get a quick penalty kill chain. 1:10 to go on the LA power play. Pressure from Couture. Now Stoll banks it back around for Muzzin. Couture stays deep. Now he'll back out. Dwight King to center. Into the far side wants Dustin Brown, but Hannon's there first. Now King bumps it back for Muzzin. Voinov waits for it off the boards. Sharks have it. McCarthy, and he'll just send it deep from center. Down to half a minute left on the penalty kill. Voinov for Muzzin. Cannon there again. Muzzin on the near side. Time behind the net. Kings, Jared Stoll. Now Voinov. Hard shot. Bounces off the backboards to the side of the open net. Muzzin keeps it in. He'll send it. Brown shot saved by Niemi. Brown far side. King walks it out. In front. And a great play by Joe Thornton. He blocked a slam dunk goal.
Yeah, he certainly did.
Sharks back at full strength. Wingles with Desjardins. Wingles brings it round. And that one saved by Quick, then played in offside by Braun. And the Sharks with a huge penalty kill, and Joe Thornton with a great play at the net.
What a perfect time for our forward right choice, the captain against the captain. Joe Thornton against Dustin Brown. It's going to be a slam dunk at the end of the power play, but Joe Thornton, big reach, big stick, gets the puck off of Dustin Brown, makes a huge goal-saving play. A super choice on our forward right choice by the Sharks captain, Joe Thornton.
Joe's name not on the score sheet tonight, but that's one of those instances where the score sheet doesn't reflect necessarily the biggest plays of the game. That may turn out to be a huge one. 3-2 here in the third. 13:06 to go. Sharks penalty kill now a perfect 4 for 4 tonight. Kings have had 3 shots on goal on the power play in almost 7 minutes of power play time. Demers back, supported by Wingles. Lewis leaning on the puck. And Pavelski digs it free. Havlat, a little chip, paid the price, and Stratton hit him. Regier into the zone. Matt Stratton, his wrister blocked by Demers. Irwin around, Voinov jumps in, gets it deep again.
You got 3 caught.
Demers, nice job escaping back there to center. He'll bump it in. Sharks will change up. Thornton back on the ice. The giveaway to Hurdle, but he couldn't get it back in. Had to delay a bit because Thornton would have been offside. Joe up for Shepard, and his pass for Hurdle just a little too far, and it's out of play.
That, again, go back to what Larry Robinson talked about. Quick puck movement. Now that would have been a really nice breakout. Quick out of the zone, but those one pass up to the boards, that's got to get out. Got to clear. Got to get out of the zone. You've got to make sure you connect on that. It's all about what Todd likes to talk about. Todd McCollum, polish, execution. Get those passes on the tape. Especially at this point of the game.
Couture getting set to do battle with Mike Richards in the face-off circle.
Complaining right now, the LA Kings think the face-off should be inside. The referee is not hearing any of it from Richards. I think he's got a case, but they say no, it's going outside.
Big Mike Civic there dropping the puck, and Richards wins it cleanly back to Muzzin. Niemi out. Pressure coming from Carter, but he gets it away and up the boards for Marleau. On to Couture. Bumps it past the line to center. Doughty back this way for Muzzin. A hit by Kennedy on the falling Jake Muzzin. Then behind the net, Braun gets popped in the back by Clifford. And the Kings are going back to their very physical style here in the third.
Oh, that's a nice play.
Clifford tied up by Vlasic. And Couture with it. Kennedy has Marleau busting into the zone against Doughty, and they're going to call icing, and Marleau arguing a little bit about that, but it looked like Doughty had a stride on him at the top of the hash marks.
Talk to the young hockey players one more time. Watch Logan Couture. Watch where how he's a stick. Look at hand on a swivel. Head on a swivel. Turn. Where's everybody? Where am I going? Mirror the puck. Get over there. Get over there. Got to play the puck up. Doesn't get out. Now he's going to come back in. Look at where he is. Always mirroring the puck. Always supporting the defense. Doing an outstanding job. Just like a blind man with the cane. Stick always out in front of him. That's outstanding. And then just at the tail end of that, he grabs the puck or knocks the puck away and it gets out of the zone. That's how you play as a centerman in your own zone. Outstanding work.
Williams down at the San Jose goal line. And now Thornton. He'll chip it, and that's just perfect English on that backhand because it avoids the icing.
Isn't that an 80s kind of new wave, man? Perfect English?
Yeah. English leather. As the Kings go offside. Well, authentic Raiders fans, turn to Comcast Sportsnet for in-depth coverage every day and online. And the authentic post-game show of the Raiders is Raiders Post-Game Live. They beat the Steelers Sunday, getting set to host Philadelphia this week.
Steelers Sunday, eh?
No, they beat them, yeah.
I know, I didn't think they were going to. Wow. Steelers are definitely done. Definitely done.
Okay.
They're not even going to come close to the playoffs. Once great franchise. Full shell of itself.
Icing called here against the Sharks. It'll come back down into their end with 10:40 left to go here in the third period. Sharks will travel back to the Bay Area tonight. A couple of days of practice, and then Phoenix on Saturday as the schedule gets a little lighter here for a bit after the road grind that the Sharks have been on for 5 games in a row. They'll play Saturday, Buffalo Tuesday, and then Vancouver Thursday. So better go of it there. before they leave on another 5-game roadie. Robin Regier, and that's high. McCarthy gets it out to Desjardins. He's got to be careful. Kings all around. Irwin. He's roughed up by Stoll. Demers getting his stick in there, getting a body on Stoll rather. There's a shot by Boynov wide. Brown came flying in. And Irwin will skate with it. Up through center, the skip's all the way down. This will be icing. Oh, a good shift for LA there.
Yeah, Andrew Desjardins, again, the hard-hitting ways. This is something maybe Larry Robinson was talking about, as Andrew Desjardins gets finished by Matt Bratton. Drilled into the boards, and Andrew was a little shooken up after that. Went down, I think the stick hit him in the mouth. One that you look at and go, okay. You have to just be able to play through that.
Sharks need a clear here.
Face-off went, don't they?
Tired guys. Niemi makes the save. Now Kopitar, fresh new group on for LA, of course. Lewis. Up top, Doughty. Muzzin, and that's blocked by Brown, and it comes out. And McCarthy now will just pop it down, and the Sharks will get a fresh group on.
A little bit of a push here, the Sharks. It's been all LA in this third period.
They're the team that played last night.
And they're out there, get their forecheck going right now, don't they? It's that physical, dump the puck in, chase it, go to town, play in the body.
Wingles, and he'll get help from Hanna to get it out. Up to center, Havlat. Crosses center, sweeps it in. Quick out to meet it at the edge there, and now Havlat pitching it behind the goal again. Pavelski arrives, but the puck got away from him. There's quick made contact there with Wingles. This time
again.
No penalty.
This time Wingles is in the crease with Quick again.
Behind the net, Hannon. Mitchell. And here's a break for Havlat, but he's at the end of his shift.
The shift didn't have any gas in the tank at all.
Especially his first game of the year. Yeah. Marleau, he's fresh, puts on the brakes, drops it for Kennedy, the deke, the shot. Oh, Marleau couldn't put it home. What a great play by Kennedy, but Marleau's stick was tied up.
Little crossing play, and it caught the Kings completely by surprise. And Kennedy showed some terrific patience with the puck.
Carcillo now for the Kings. And Marleau gets it from him up to Couture. Almost turned over.
It comes close out of the middle, but you can't see them, guys. You got to keep it out of the middle, because if the middle's open, you have to take that opportunity to play the puck. Too many men.
Sharks are going to get that penalty again. Second time tonight. LA power play when we come back.
Terrific chance for the San Jose Sharks. Go ahead and roll this game. Tyler Kennedy behind Patrick Marleau. Nice little drop pass, drive towards the net, fake, Jonathan Quick out, but nice job by Willie Mitchell. And the Sharks getting caught again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh well. I've never seen a team get caught with that twice in one game. Coaches won't be pleased.
Too many men on the ice. James Shepard back in the penalty box. Second time he has served the minor for the too many men call. 8 minutes to go in the third. Sharks with a 3-2 lead. They've been perfect on the penalty kill.
Oh, they won that draw. Didn't get it out there.
Carter back to Richards. Pursued by Pavelski. Carter, a shot. It was not a good one. Kopitar gets it back. Richards to Kopitar. In front, they score. Williams ties the game.
Go back to the face-off on this. The Sharks win the draw finally in their own zone, but they can't get the puck out. And after they can't get the puck out, they're chasing. Go ahead and roll this game. But it was a really nice play by, it's a little look-off. That's a terrific play by Andrzej Kopitar. Absolutely outstanding play by Andrzej Kopitar. And Justin Williams now continues his personal assault against the San Jose Sharks. Every game he's putting points up, but Kopitar and Williams connect on that.
Williams scored both goals in Game 7 the last time these teams met.
Joe Thornton came out and said something to the referee after that, too.
So it's 3-3 here in the third. Yeah, this has been a game that has just seesawed back and forth. Sharks have had the lead 3 times, Kings have tied it 3 times. Power play goal for Williams. Richards gets the other assist along with Kopitar.
The Sharks played such a good second period. They really controlled the play, but now it's been the Los Angeles Kings. They've come out gangbusters. You said it. They played last night, the Kings, but they are energized. They're motivated. And they've got that dump and chase, pound the opposition game going, and it's working to their favor.
Now how big was Willie Mitchell's play on Marlowe?
Huge, huge. Big swing, 2-goal swing on that play.
King. Looking for Williams behind the net. To this side for Havlat. A little hurry, the pass and puts it right on the tape for Wingle. Wingle up against Voinov. Puts on the brakes. Voinov leans in and Wingles can't hold the puck. Back out comes LA. Demers hustling back. Beats Dwight King to it. Following up is Kopitar. Andrei Kopitar, a shot in the Emmy with the save, and it's out of play.
Let's go back to the face-off on the penalty kill. Now what you want, go ahead and roll, just keep it holding game. Okay, you gotta go. You want to be able to get that puck out right away, and it was actually set up perfectly. Get the puck out as it goes to Brad Stewart, then behind the net, but then they were chasing after that. You saw the finish as Andrei Kopitar goes out to the point, comes across flank into Justin Williams, but it was perfectly set up, but the Sharks couldn't execute the breakout. And actually, it was Williams who intercepted the puck behind the net. You've got to be able to make sure you clear when you get the opportunity.
Kennedy up the boards for Couture. Now Kennedy on this side. Marlowe back there against Doughty. So is Couture. Off the glass by Doughty. Kept in by Stewart. Run into by Carter and back to center. Jeff Carter. Marlowe will give it back for Scott Hannon. Couture fumbled the pass. Down low, it's Richards. Fires in the Emmy to save.
Now it's execution. It's simply wanting to execute, and Logan Couture is hurt.
He just got hammered by Carcillo.
Referee's calling it too.
And Dan Carcillo will go to the penalty box. Couture's going off. No, he's not. He's getting his stick. We'll be back.
He sees the numbers 1, 2, 3. Without a doubt, decides to finish the check. There is the boarding call. The Sharks have a perfect opportunity to take advantage of a not so smart play.
But they can't control it off the faceoff. That has just been a real problem for them tonight. So Carcillo's off for boarding. Couture's all right. He's out there on this power play. As Thornton flips it in.
Wow. LA played that well. Oh, he kept it in.
What a keep in. And then a shot that's blocked. Marlowe after it. Pavelski to Thornton. Back for Pavelski. Green leans on him. Thornton digs it out. Trying to force it back to the point. Couture tees it up, and he hits the post. Back to Logan again. At the side, the hard pass for Marlowe. He couldn't handle it. Active stick by Green.
Active. That's a nice way to put it.
Green on top of it, shovels it toward his net. And the Kings ought to get a clear here, and they will.
Joe Thornton is furious with the referee because Green covered the puck with his hand. According, I think that's what Joe Thornton is yelling at.
Now Tomas Hertl. For Braun and back to Hertl. Hertl to Havlat. Wants Hertl, and the backhander saved by Quick.
What a play. What a play by Tomas Hertl. Let's go back to the shot that nearly put the Sharks ahead again. Big shot from Logan Couture. Beats Jonathan Quick. Great screen in front by Joe Pavelski. Just off the iron. And look at this skill play by Tomas Hertl. Finding the puck and backhanding it towards Jonathan Quick on an attack towards the net. A little feather pass by Martin Havlat.
Still on the power play. And Hurdle wins the draw cleanly back to Irwin. Braun, his shot, and it hit quick.
Yeah, he didn't see it. Hurdle was in front screening.
Havlat looking for Hurdle, jumping in his Braun. Braun controls on the boards. Winkel's shot, and that deflects up and wide. Havlat delays. Brings it round the net. Flips it over to Braun. Braun trying to get it settled. He's got two Kings on him. Kept in. Down for Havlat. Couldn't catch it. Hurdle on the far side. Poked away. Irwin loads up and he hit Wingles. And the Kings clear. That's it for the power play.
Maybe it's giving the Sharks a little momentum. They're back on their heels, but they got a little bit of juice offensively going that power play. See if they can take advantage.
Couture, and that's gloved down by Kopitar. Logan trying to keep it in the zone, and he does.
Oh, that's a carry. It's a travel by Green.
Kennedy gave it away. Kopitar, a quick shot. And Niemi with the save.
Oh, and Scott Hannon's having a few words with Tyler Kennedy right now about that giveaway. You play wing in the NHL, you've got to be able to get pucks out and make the right play. Tyler Kennedy doesn't, and it comes right back at the net.
3:01 to go here in the third. Tied at 3.
You see coaches, they do these drills all the time with guys getting pucks out under pressure situations. So the same thing, can't get it out, you can't play.
Face off, Carter, shot block. Clifford out front, but right to the stick of Tomas Hurdle. Back to Hurdle, bouncing through and over the line. He's bumped there by Voinov. Coming across is Regier. Cleared down and Stewart has to hustle. Clifford on him. Clifford got to it. Kyle Clifford, and Stewart got his stick in there. Up and off the glass and down to center ice. Voinov quickly drives it back into San Jose territory. Joe Thornton on it now. Stretch pass, he's got Havlat. Havlat into the corner against Voinov, who took an awkward fall. Lewis up for Dustin Brown. Around to Kopitar. He's tracked by Vlasic. Wingles. We're down to 2 minutes left. Pass into the LA zone. Pavelski after it, but he just turned the wrong way. Here's Kopitar back the other way for the Kings. Off his stick courtesy Vlasic. Kopitar back on it. Kopitar to Williams. Williams all the way up to the line, and it comes out. Good work by Pavelski.
You chase him out of the zone is exactly what you do. Good work by Pavelski, but that all could have been remedied. Just put the puck deep. I think it was Martin Havlat. When you're kind of feathering the puck in the corner, make sure put it in the corner deep for the work.
Stewart up to center. It comes back the other way. Kings have it. Williams over the line. Lost his edge. No call on the play.
Good help by Brad Stewart.
Off the skate of Vlasic. Here's King trying to circle the net, but Vlasic recovered. Now King again. Green, and that's tipped. Richards first on it. Back to King. Marlowe broke that up, but Richards has it again. Shot, blocked, deflects down to Vlasic. Now Marlowe with a minute to go. Up for Couture, and he'll steer it deep. Both teams change up.
I'm sorry, Mike Richards has made a couple of plays just by being able to knock the puck out of the air. Incredible with his stick. Incredible.
Kopitar to Carter. Sends it in. Hannon's back. Thornton, and it's blocked by Kopitar. Now Tomas Hurdle. Backing out of the zone is Doughty. Braun tried to send a pass up the wing. This will be icing.
With the face-offs, what did we talk about at the end of the first period? We were looking at who was going to be able to match up face-off wise, because we knew it was going to come down to the crunch. It was going to be interesting.
Sharks Esurance postgame live coming up next. Brody Brazil, Brett Hennigan, Jamie Baker, all of that immediately following the conclusion of our game.
Doesn't put Jared Stoll out. He goes with Mike Richards, who's been very good in the face-off circle as well tonight.
Thornton for the Sharks. Crowd standing. Off the draw. And Braun off the corner glass. And icing again. And Todd McClellan may need a timeout here.
Seconds left. Certainly contemplating it. Looking to see who Daryl Sutter puts out as far as face-offs matchup goes. I don't think he's going to call it.
Nope. Thornton again. Richards again.
Nice job, Joe Thornton.
Hannon gets it out and down. Another icing.
I don't know how many times you want to tempt fate here. I don't know how many times. I don't mind icing the puck, but I don't know how many times against a really good face-off teams you want to tempt fate. But boy, Todd McCullough sure likes the matchup so far, the face-off matchup between Richards and Thornton.
Just under 6 to go in regulation. And this one comes to Braun.
How good is Joe Thornton?
We're going to go to overtime.
How good is Joe Thornton? He owned Mike Richards in that face-off circle the last 21 seconds. It was all Joe Thornton. Think about also the play he made defensively on Dustin Brown, that penalty kill. Amazing from the Sharks captain.
So these teams each have a point. We'll go 5 minutes of sudden death for the other. Well, the Sharks will be back at SAP Center on Saturday night to take on the Phoenix Coyotes. Sharks pregame live here on Comcast Sportsnet California at 7. And then all the action at 7:30 as the Sharks will begin a 3-game homestand Saturday night. Then Buffalo next Tuesday and the Canucks next Thursday. What a game for Joe Thornton. 3 straight face-off wins on that shift, as you mentioned. The clutch play earlier when he saved what would have been a sure goal.
Yeah. Just made a huge game for the Sharks. Now we're going to overtime action, my friend.
4-on-4 here in LA. And appropriately, again, these teams are going to end up in a 1-goal game.
Well, we built it up as a rivalry, and we've certainly seen that in tonight's game. Not a lot of shots, but a heck of a lot of action.
Kopitar. Brad Stewart knocked it down, and Brown hits the post.
Whoa. That. I don't know what to say. That would have been stunning.
Kennedy. Stewart. Stewart having trouble. Here comes Richards. Shoots. Niemi, the glove save.
Wow, Antti Niemi. Brad Stewart having a nightmare start to overtime. Just kind of get me off the ice, kind of. Let's go with the first one. The first one is knocking it down, and then a quick shot. Knocking it down with the high stick, Brad Stewart, quick shot, Dustin Brown, off the crossbar, off the post. And Brad Stewart can't get the puck out of the blue line. Boom, little curl drag by Mike Richards and a terrific glove save. And Brad Stewart comes off the ice going, I gotta take a breath.
I gotta regroup.
To hit the reset button on that one.
Yeah. Face-off won by the Kings. There's Green. Niemi a stick save. Carter. Mitchell on the boards. Down for Richards. Carter! And a great play defensively by Braun. Hooking called against the Sharks. LA will go on the power play here in overtime.
Justin Braun's going to get 2 for hooking. He's right beside Carter.
No question. It's on his hands. Interrupted the shot.
Well, this is obviously the critical moment. Last power play the Kings had, they scored, tied the game up, and 4-on-3 is real different.
Number 61, Justin Braun, 2 minutes for hooking.
Doughty with the puck.
53 seconds. Braun, minor penalty for hooking at 53
Richards
seconds.
to Kopitar. Back to Kopitar. There's the shot, saved by Niemi, loose in the crease, and he's got it.
A little shot there by Drew Doughty on Antti Niemi after Brad Stewart clearing out Jeff Carter in front. Carter tries the little push off first when the puck goes to one side to create some space. And then as the shot comes, Brad Stewart, chop, whack in the back. That's clearing him out right there. And then you've got to be as forceful as you can in that situation. And Brad Stewart doing a nice job.
They're going to redo this face-off. And I think Kopitar will lead the circle.
Oh my.
No, Civic just
didn't like the way he dropped it.
I guess not. Wasn't a fair drop.
Some time back up. Sometimes the referees will just tell the timekeeper to hold for a second, not have to go back and restart the clock or reset the clock. Put it about 2 seconds back on, 3:41 now up.
Pavelski gets that one back to Stewart, and he'll rim it out. We're in overtime. LA on a power play. Drew Doughty across the San Jose line with Richards. Vlasic with the read, and he clears it.
Exactly what it was, partner. Great read by Marc-Edouard Vlasic.
Richards weaving his way to the line. Now Carter. Doughty back at this point. Over to Kopitar. They switch up. Richards walks it toward the net. Back for Kopitar. Back to Richards. He fans. Blocked. Here's Doughty. Kopitar. Richards. And he didn't get a good shot away.
I thought he still played there, didn't he? Still got it.
Richards again. Kopitar. Doughty off a skate.
Partially blocked there?
I think so. 25 to go on the power play. Doughty, the shot, they score. Andrei Kopitar wins it in overtime.
Logan Couture sitting dejectedly on the ice. And he is not happy at all.
Andrei Kopitar pounds home the power play goal in overtime. And the Kings come back off a loss in Phoenix last night and beat the Sharks.
One-timer set up, hard shot by Andrei Kopitar. Wondering if it got touched in front, maybe not, by Jeff Carter. Logan Couture sat there. He was not happy about that goal being scored. They almost killed it off, but two penalties, one late in the game, one in overtime, cost the Sharks 2 points.
The Kings never led all night until the final shot of this game. Final score in overtime, LA 4, the Sharks 3, and post-game live starts now.